League Playday 10. We start with the Vice World Champion, Fly100% versus the Legend, the 5th race versus Moon. Ancient Isles is our first map. Ted is once again a little slow, but now we're loading into the game. Once again, for the guys on YouTube here, the situation in W League looks like this. We are about to conclude this beautiful round-robin tournament. Fly, not the greatest track record here with 3-4. He lost against 1-0, that's no shame. Lost the mirror against Focus, which was interesting. To Infi and TH as well. Won his games against Foggy, Lawliot as a surprise. And WFZ gave up all his games. So that's a win for him as well. So basically only 2 wins, but he has 2 more matches and he will play them today. First Moon, then Lin. How's the situation for Moon? He defeated Focus, Foggy, and WFZ. All of the games he had to win, but then 1-2 against Infi, 1-2 against Lawliot, 1-2 against Lin. Close matches. He made them work, but he was defeated in the end. This is not allowed to happen today for Moon in 2 of his 3 remaining games against Fly, 1-0, and then on another Playday against TH. These players don't need an introduction, but we give it to you anyway. Fly, 31 years from China. Moon, 31 years from South Korea. Fly, the WCA champion of 2015, and the achievements of Moon, we can't count them anymore. It's absolutely insane. Ancient Isles is the first map of the day. Fly versus Moon.
Yeah, this is the only place where we still see this map here in this tournament, the W League. Everywhere else, it's been rotated out. Everywhere else, wait a minute, is that true? In Rustbrain, we also still have it, right?
Nope.
Or we don't either. Yeah, we've been complaining about this map for a long time, and we're not even human players. They had always been the most annoyed with this map. But here, of course, no humans in the ranks. So here it should be pretty fairly well balanced. In the past, Night Elves always used to say, this is actually a pretty decent Night Elf map, one of the few that we have against Orc. But that is all old meta, boys. This is all a thing of the past. I say that, though, certainly expecting the Keeper of the Grove. Excuse me, I'm looking at my watch. What year is this? This is the Demon Hunter.
Wow. Moon, always against the meta. If it's Demon Hunter all the time, he plays Beastmaster. If it's Keeper all the time, he goes for the Demon Hunter. Always some special strategies. Is this something that will surprise Fly, who's starting in the bottom right with a Blade Master, not going Farseer or Shadow Hunter here? So against the Farseer, this would have been basically a game-winning pick, I think, to go for the Demon Hunter, to mana burn him for the nice right clicks. But I think in the battle between Demon Hunter and Blade Master, there's no real winner.
Yeah, I think so too. They've both been cut down a peg in the most recent patches. Some of the biggest recipients of the nerfs. Less agility for both, even less for the Blade Master, of course. Demon Hunter, more mana cost on the mana burn, and also the crit. That was one of the first big nerfs that we had. Quite a while back now already. We saw the rise of the Keeper. The Keeper's still pretty strong. The Keeper's gonna get nerfed very soon, actually. Is this anticipation for that patch? Would be weird. The logical thing would be to kind of, in quotes, abuse this as long as it's still possible. But you also have to consider the mind games. How many ladder games have been going on between these two? How well do they know each other? What are they trying to counter from each other? May very well be that there's quite a bit of history here as far as the ladder is concerned. And yeah, with this pick that used to be always the case for so many years, nowadays, it is pretty surprising to see.
Absolutely. For Fly, we have a late barracks, so he's on his Blade Master alone. No support from Grunts, and the Demon Hunter already in the base, not going for that barracks that is in production. The Wisp saw it, the build, before, so he could have gone for it. And another burrow here, but Moon is not in a position to cancel at the moment, has no staff. This looks like 1.28 Night Elf versus Orc, basically. The Demon Hunter in the base is trapped there now, with the peon nicely positioned by Fly. So he has to do the damage, because I'm pretty sure he has to town portal out.
Can he still block him? The peon move over a little bit slow. It's hard to get that block off. You need 2 of them. With no grunts being there, even harder with the peons being so slow. Yeah, I was a little bit worried there as well. Looked like he was trying to go for the burrow cancel. But actually, in the end, I think it was mostly distraction from Moon's side to buy space and time for the simultaneous creep, which is happening right now with the Ancient of War and the Archer. That will be his level 2. It's going to help him out a lot. he gonna go for the staff? Yes, he sure does. Those Night Elves do love their staffs, don't they?
Yeah, I thought he's staffing on the Wisp in the main of Fly to cause more trouble and maybe kill a peon or wait for the tier 2 buildings because tier 2 is finishing for Fly. But no, he just joins his army to speed up creeping, and he has to react to the Blade Master now as he's in the base, killing one Wisp during tech. That is at 60%, so Fly's tech is way ahead of Moon.
Yeah, that was the benefit of this late barracks. Fast shop, yes, but still a very quick tech. With that delayed barracks. Only a single grunt now will be out here soon. Second hero choice is the Shadow Hunter. Bestiary coming up. This is gonna be actually Wind Riders. That is something we do see pretty often with a fast tier 2, but on the very highest level. Doesn't really have the best track record. Even if it had for a wonderful time, 100% win rate, Neo. Do you remember? And back to Warcraft.
It's been some time, man. I think that 2015, maybe early 16, but yeah, more Wyvern means more losses. Interesting choice to go for the Shadow Hunter here. It's most likely gonna be Talents, I guess, because there's no Hunter's Hall. So he has to go Ancient of Wind, and then it's either Mass Fury Dragons, Alchemist second still, despite not having a Keeper. But Talents got more expensive in the recent patch. Are they still viable? I haven't seen a single Talent game versus Orc since then.
When the first patch rolled around, or 1.30 rolled around for the first time, there was a lot of variety in the Night Elf play. The meta hadn't been established too much yet, so there was Dryad play, there was Talent play. I saw them both, but mostly, you really, all with the Keeper.
Player's forces are under.
And usually the reason why the Beastmaster is good with a Talent is that you need a potent fighter in your heroes, because the talents really don't do it. He needs to have decent right click, decent health, and decent spells as well. Summons aren't too bad either. So Alchemist, yeah, Acid Bomb's good, but usually the tick damage is nice and all, but it's the minus armor followed up by right clicks that's really so good. And talents don't have the most of that, really. I guess you can rely on the heroes.
But you know, I'm the biggest fan of the double armor mitigation. Fury Fire plus Acid Bomb gives you -7 armor on level 1, -8 on level 2, and -9 armor on level 3. That's insane. And maybe that's where the damage is coming from.
Yeah, that could be really good, it's true. But in this matchup with Talent play, Fairy Fire has always been disabled. Because, yes, Fairy Fire is good, but it's more important, usually, that you have the Cyclones that you need, and you don't run out of those. But
yeah,
maybe
you don't have to put it
armor.
on autocast. You can just, like, use it once on the unit that you target. Not on everything.
You can do that, theoretically. Especially with the Talents, Focus Fire should be fairly, well doable. But you're gonna have 3 melee heroes, most likely. So are you gonna try to focus everything, like one target with those 3 heroes all the time? Seems to me that would you would lose out a lot on uptime, on damage uptime. But we'll see. I haven't seen this too much.
Loliot played it a bit. I think he was successful when I saw it, but I think his opponent was also a little weaker than Fly is today. Fly, during the last GCS, the last World Championships, he had a crazy timing versus Night Elf. Of course, it was all talents back then, as it was another patch. But it seems like he's playing this a lot more passive, and that's basically against his playstyle. Usually he is a bit like Sonic, playing aggressive all the time, right in your opponent's face. Doesn't happen here, though.
Just lost the Raiders to the Creeps. That is really not supposed to happen. SH at least got his level 3 and a nice Pennant of Energy. Blade Master just stole one of the Creeps here. That's the first experience he got. He was running around on 0 experience for like, what was that now? 5 minutes or something. Finally starting to catch up. But this is not looking like a scary Blade Master at all so far.
No, that's always been a problem on Ancient Isles. And maybe that's why Moon was going for the Demon Hunter, because he expected a Farseer. But yeah, you're right. It's only like +2 damage. That's nothing. He's not going for Kodo Beast as well. Finally level 2. Okay, now he's building the Warmill. Then he might be going for Kodos or Headhunters later. Alchemist with a Sobby Mask. That suits him well. Orb of Venom on the Demon Hunter for more damage. What up?
It's a typical Ancient Isles game, isn't it?
It is. Creeping, creeping, creeping. One big fight. Over. Master Training is coming though. 60%.
Good thing we don't have this map anymore. Jesus. Alright, here we go. This might be the big fight. Serpent wards are gonna have to be relied upon to do the damage here, as the Blade Master certainly is not really gonna provide it. Level 2 mana burns here starting to come out. Is this gonna be an actual full-out engagement, or is this just a little bit of poking and prodding and annoying and a bit of pillage perhaps? I don't know if he had that already. Perhaps he did. He certainly forced the TP and a bit of repair, but that's it. Now Fly retreats. How's his army looking? Usually in this Talon versus Walker matchup, it's all about the mana. Whoever runs out of mana first, be it Talon or Walker, is gonna get smashed in the following seconds. Normally. So, only 2 Walkers. That makes me a little bit afraid here. It's not too much Disenchant, not too much Spirit Link. Speaking of Spirit Link, by the way, nothing at all on this army. Whereas the Talons, it's not too many either, right? It's only 6. Quite a few mercenaries in here. Now on the high ground. Moon is looking for that engagement. Wisp Detonate coming in, not really hitting the Walkers too well, but the SH at least, I guess. And here we go, moving forward now. Talons kept way in the bag. Wants to stay out of range of those Serpent wards. They have good damage, but they are stationary.
Troll Headhunters for Fly to increase the damage. The Chinese always say they throw toothpicks because the damage is so low, but against Talons it might be working out. Tinka, a little out of position here, getting ensnared immediately, going for the Invul Potion, Beastman on the Blade Master, no Cyclone possible. If he takes out the 3rd here, that would be a big accomplishment, but there's the staff. Cyclone on the Shadow Hunter, can't summon more Serpent Wards at the moment as Moon retreats closer to his main. Level 3 on the Alchemist, level 2 Acid Bomb, unlocked now.
I think only a single Raider died so far. Okay, never mind. There's 2 Grunt corpses right next to each other. Of course, Grunts, the worst unit you could possibly have against Talons.
Yeah, Fly denied one to not give the experience to Moon and free up some supply for more Headhunters or more Raiders.
And still here, set up with this perimeter of wards where Moon does not want to go. He was at the shop going for 1 scroll of healing here. Amazing against Shockwave. Against this single target. Maybe not gonna have as much value.
Mana.
Oh, Blade Master, yeah. It's gonna get out of there.
But barely. He has no healing at the moment, except maybe 1 or 2. Okay, he has a heal scroll. Nice position by Moon. Crow form being used, interestingly, to catch up reinforcements. Blade Master still hurt. Demon Hunter is engaging now. No Cyclone used on him, but in the back, the Raider is falling. Another Raider is super low. Heal scroll being used. Alchemist in front, getting attacked by the Blade Master with all his low armor that he has, but he can't stand this fight with the Demon Hunter being close to that one as well. Chemical Rage being used. He's going for the Blade Master. There's no healing. GG might be called soon as the Blade Master falls. Another Walker, and man, they're cleaning house here with the Acid Bomb. Level 4 on the Demon Hunter, level 2 evasion, so much more tankiness. Raiders still rallied wrong, walked through the entire army of Talons down to like 10% before they joined this battlefield. Heroes are still up, and Fly is in a world of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, everything is so low. Spirit Link is kicking in the way you don't want it. And now, tick damage continues. Raider down, Walker down. See you later. 33 supply only left. And yeah, kind of like when you called it, I was expecting the double Gs as well, but not yet. Fly here tapping out.
Yeah, if he
Although
loses
it's
this
looking
match,
very one-sided now.
if he loses this match, then he's basically eliminated or can't go for the playoffs anymore. So of course he's holding on to this game, trying to hope for a hero kill maybe. The Shadow Hunter has hacks, and the Blade Master has always some good crits, but the Blade Master is benched. And it's only level 2. The hero levels 3 and 2 for Fly. 4, 3, 2 for Moon. Big advantage.
I think what Moon did really well here was realizing the one strength in damage that his opponent has, and that was Serpent Wards. And refusing to fight in those setup areas, you know? And without the help of those mass Serpent Wards, where was the damage? Blade Master was level 2, there was no Shockwave, there's only a couple of Raiders, and the Headhunters with their toothpicks, I guess. Which, yes, if they connect with their talents, it's pretty good. But usually the Night Elf heroes are standing in front, and they're soaking up all of the damage. And against those, neither Serpent Wards nor Headhunters are particularly good. And now, this is looking like a very ambitious push by Fly. A couple of Cyclones here could cost him a lot of units. But I guess he feels he has to make something work. At least now he has the Serpent Wards here in front. But he's fighting against Moonwells now as well, and the rest of the army is coming in. He can take out the Pocket Factory fairly quickly, but this is just such a laughably small army. One
No
hit squad is ready here on the SA. He's gonna have to pop it soon before he loses those 2 units, but he won't do it, and he's just losing everything now. I think this must be it, finally.
Kills in a row. Fly trying to go for the Tinker here, but there is a staff. The Alchemist protecting his fellow Night Elf hero as well.
Yeah.
And this is 48 supply versus 38 again.
And I think it's just really, you know, talents, yes, they're more expensive, but they still force a very precise way to be played against them. Mass Dispel, and ideally pretty strong heroes. And
That didn't
2
work.
walkers, just not good enough.
2 walkers
level
just not
2
good
Blade
enough.
Master.
Level 2 Blade Master is not good enough. Sending like 10 supply into the Talon army with the wrong rally point is also not good enough. Certainly some mistakes by Fly, who's trying to level up, but there's nothing left on the map. AI is empty, except a little green spot here, but that doesn't give you too much. And now it's a little bit about shop control. Who gets more items has the better situation in the next fight. I mean, Moon will stay at 50, so Fly has maybe one more 50-50 fight.
I mean, compared to these hero levels, dude, it's 4-4-3 against 2-3.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
He must have like double the experience or something, or maybe even more. Alright, he canceled the expo, good for him. And actually, he's gonna get out. Nice little surgical strike.
Cyclone on the Blade Master now, who doesn't have mana. Dispel number 1 being forced, but it's still only 2 walkers, and they don't... Oh, they have like 2 more dispels, but that's about it. Moon has a lot more Cyclone than that. There is an Invo Potion, then he can maybe fight out. Oh no, TP out. Is it in time though? With the Fury Fire, Invo Potion had to be popped to save his hero.
Oh, wow, that costs a TP and an invul. He is back up at 50 though. Alright, if Moon becomes impatient now and dives the burrows, that's the one way he loses this game. Let's see if he gives him the chance.
Expansion is coming up.
He's stuck behind his burrows, he's moving out on the map again. And this is pretty nice here on the new patch. Now you have reinforced defenses. On the gold patch, when you leave your base like this, it's always scary with that magic damage from the talents. Now, of course, not so scary anymore. However, this army is still really scary. Can't really fight against them. Cyclone now coming in to force those raiders into a surround.
Moon, of course, knows that Hero Focus is the one thing that can bring Fly back. We have a heal potion on the Demon Hunter, we have a health stone on the Alchemist, and we have an Invo Potion, heal potion, and heal scroll, and the Town Portal on the Tinker. These heroes are so safe. Same can't be said about the Blade Master, who dies for the 2nd time in this game. So the damage dealer is gone, the Raider as well. GG! As Moon takes game number 1. Very convincingly.
With the old meta.
Yep.
Surprising his opponent. Yeah, with non-standard play for the new patch. Kind of cool. And I don't know, is Fly like not used to talents anymore? It kind of looked like it.
He was the king against talents in summer, but that's some time ago. Yeah, maybe he doesn't know how to handle a Demon Hunter and things anymore, but that was so... Not super standard by Moon for the old patch, but nothing really crazy.
I guess the thing that stood out here, I mean, of course, Moon's special strategy, considering 1.30, but also second hero, right, was an Alchemist instead of Beastmaster. And I kind of like it, actually. Beastmaster is, like, in my opinion, always the, pretty good hero. Good in the early game, good in the mid game, decent in the late game, kind of, but he's never like, wow, so amazing, unless he has, I don't know, Stampede or Bash Bear, of course. No, but I think he fits pretty well into this meta, actually. I was doubtful of the Acid Bomb, but it still is a pretty damn good spell, man.
Especially, I love the double armor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I say this since patch 1.29, since I saw the Rise of the Alchemist coming, that this must be a thing. And Haha Tricked in chat says, the armor reduction works with the explosions from the Clockwork Goblin, so that's a lot of damage. If you have like -7 or -8. People in chat were asking, can you go into minus armor? Yes, then it works as bonus damage, basically.
Yeah. And it's even more effective in the negative realms than it is in the positive ones.
Absolutely.
A little bit. Not much, but by a little. Yeah,
What
Fly,
is-
that was not its best performance. I think this really was mind game thing. I think he was expecting early keeper, maybe even early expansion, because otherwise, like if you skip your barracks for so long, the only thing you can do is be aggressive in your opponent's face. Like you have no grunts. What the hell are you supposed to do? That was almost, it felt like a build order loss.
Yeah.
Although Fly has fought back from worse positions with better play in the past, I hope that he's gonna be able to improve on this, not just today, but also for WGL.
Indeed. Yeah, it was the no barracks, no grunt play hurt him hard in the beginning. He wasn't able to steal anything away from Moon, so it took forever to get him level 2 at least. Like the first experience was at the midst of tier 2. That's not how it happens. Chat is asking, what is round robin? That means we have a league of 10 players, and they all play against each other. It's basically like a football league, the Premier League, or whatever. And the winner go into the playoffs and get some prize money here in the W League. That's how it works. If you win your best of 3 2-0, you get 3 points. If you win your best of 3 2-1, you get 2 points. If you lose 1-2, you get 1 point. And if you lose 0-2, you get 0 points. That could happen to Fly. If he loses his next match, then Moon would make a big jump with 16 points right into the playoff ranks, alongside Law Lyot, and 1-0 would surpass Infi and Lin. But later today, we have the big battle of Lin and Moon. Most likely for the playoffs, most likely for the top 3. So, pretty exciting times here in W League, as we said. Moon, Fly. Map number 2, Echo Isles.
Very typical orc pick. One shop only, early map control, great Blade Master pimping as well, and then assert the pressure. I think this should be fitting Fly style way more than this, you know, fast tech, slow progress on the Blade Master, where you're really limited in how aggressive you can be. I want to see Fly, you know, bloodthirsty. I want to see him frothing at the mouth. I want to see him not leaving his opponent's side of the map, kind of. End snare, kill, critical strike. You know, that's the kind of Fly I want to see. And again, it's not going to be a Farseer. It is going to be a Blade Master on the other side of the map. This is a more interesting opening. What do we have here? It is the Keeper and an aggressive Ancient of War. I have been an advocate of this for Night Elf against Orc for feels like years now. In the old meta, though, to be honest, because it was all about one burrow tech, no peon scout. So this being punished was always very, very unlikely. Sometimes you did, and then it felt bad, but normally the Orc will be doing nothing about this. And you could do this with a Demon Hunter, or you could do this with a Keeper, which is the choice now, and it's going to give you such a nice head start into the early game.
Indeed. Before we go into that early game, we have a few supporters here that we didn't mention so far. Chaos Krieger, Sandy Runs, Elagatua, Mikey PX, and the latest sub here, Gingerinator. Thank you very much for your support, guys,
Forces are under attack.
on this beautiful Warcraft Sunday. Engine of War starts, the creeping Keeper of the Grove is coming with most likely Treants, I guess. Blade Master is not running over immediately. There's no scout for orcs, as you said. And yeah, just a little creeping, and he can't punish this anymore.
Yep. It's just too inconvenient, uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm using the right adjectives for the Orc. If you go for the Peon Scout, it throws your entire early game out the window, is what I wanted to say. But he actually has the 2 burrows here. So he could have actually scouted. Still delays your tech, obviously. And I think what you were wooing about was the pen of energy here on the Keeper.
Absolutely.
Which is a very, very strong item.
We say this about the Warden at this spot, about the Mountain King, and for every undead hero, and now we say it about the Keeper of the Grove as well. Pendant of Energy, 150 mana! And that is exactly, a little less than what you need for this combo. Moon, the innovator of Entangle Treant attacks. And with that mana pool, he can hunt this down with ease. Second Entangle, more right clicks, grunt down, and you know what they say about losing grunts in early game.
Yeah. It's very painful, but very hard to avoid against the Keeper. The reason why this hero is, of course, looking strong everywhere, but I feel especially against Orc, to be honest. Because, yeah, if you kill a Footy or 2, or a Ghoul or 2, it stings a little, but if you kill 2 Grunts, man, that is gonna limit the Orc's potential so much. He's gonna have to rely solely on his Blade Master which Fly has been able to in the past, and he's starting off well with a good inventory here. Already 4 permanent items to be grabbed up, and 3 ones, excuse me, and a 4th one right now with the claws. So yes, he has good damage, but Entangle can lock him down as well. It's not like he can 100% rely on this being able to carry you.
Moon is going into Huntress,
A player's forces
and
are under
Fly is going for the Shadow Priest, which helps him against the Entangle. He saw this, and the Keeper is running over. This Shadow Priest is not lasting too long. He gets the Berserker as well. That's a nice addition. There is some mana for the Entangle. He's trying to kill the Priest with right clicks only. But in the end, I think he's forced into an Entangle. Or is he?
He's
So
only got 1
greedy.
Entangle though, and he's got a Dispel against this, so
True.
this should be fine. Unless the Huntress can run down the Shadow Priest and then... that's what he's trying to do. That's pretty cool. It's gonna cost a few HP on the Keeper, but it should be alright if you lose this Berserker. This is very painful. It's gonna be his level 3 as well, right? If he gets the kill. Oh, it's lining up perfectly. Uh-oh, and that's level 2 Entangle,
Oh
and that's
my
the kill.
God.
And he's got another one after that, maybe even another one, thanks to that Pendant of Energy.
Seriously, this item was so good. He's trying to fight around it with a speed scroll on the Keeper now. Windwalk, no TP!
Ooh.
He's losing the Keeper! I mean, he gets a lot of kills, but losing a level 3 Keeper of the Grove is pretty hard.
Yeah, and he had so much time to TP out as well. He saw the Windwalk coming, the backstab hits, he still wasn't dead. But
Very, very greedy.
he killed like everything aside from the Blade
Yeah,
Master.
absolutely. Berserker dead, Priest dead, 2 grunts, and immediately expanding with this. He's teching as well at 30%. Fly is at tier 2. His Shadowhunter is coming, Beastery and Totem, so the normal Raider Walker built so far. Blade Master's getting some more experience with the Ogre Magi and the only big consumable on this map. So it's still looking good for Moon. Wand of Mana Stealing can help him a little, but not an overwhelming
Cancel
army.
this Expo though, right? Does he have an inkling about this? He's got a lot of damage. Wait, is the Keeper back already?
Yep, from the tavern.
Okay. Never mind, he can't cancel this Expo.
A town is under siege.
Yeah, with only
That's
the Blade
expensive,
Master, that
though.
doesn't work. Staff for him to be a little more mobile and out of the map. We have 2 new subs here, by the way. Thank you, Thessel for 3-month resub. Go, 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 go. Best casters ever. Thank you. And Back to Roots has subscribed as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. So is Moon still staying tier... No, he's going tier 2 here. I have seen a lot of games from him, like previous to us going to BlizzCon, basically, where he was just massing hunts and archers and upgrades.
Yep.
With an expansion behind, and at one point just like 70 supply push.
Yep.
And looked really scary, actually. Against Orc, that was as well. Once again, SH second tier with the Serpent Wards. I like Serpent Wards a lot better against Huntresses than I do against the standard meta Demon Hunter stuff, because everything you can attack, which is pretty much only Huntresses, against everything the Serpent Wards are good. Gonna provide a lot of nice damage. Level 3 for the Blade Master. He also is gonna have more damage now. A little bit at least. Double ring is not the best for him, but some gold, I guess. Oh, but the Street Jack could be painful.
Is the Alchemist there already? No, it's Keeper solo so far. And 35 supply only for Moon. That's not too much. Blade Master maybe. He's very tanky. He does a lot of damage. Kills the Archer here. The rest
The
of
Shadow
the...
Priest purchase here was really key. He dispelled the first Entangle right away. Is he gonna dispel the second one as well? Yes, he is. Speed Scroll trying to save the Berserker, but once again, he will not get away. And now, again, there's no more Entangle. Fortunately for him, the Keeper is low on mana. That's the one thing that limits this super powerful hero. But he's gonna get another one. Oh, nice Wand of Mana Stealing. That was really key. Meaning no more Entangle. So he is actually getting quite a few kills here.
Town Portal out now. There is no... Oh no, Staff, sorry. So he gets another Huntress. Windwalk is not expiring. Hunters are, of course, very fast, but the Blade Master in Windwalk is faster, especially on level 2. Max movement speed. Can he get both? With a crit, maybe? He's trying to. Greedy
Oh, wow. He's deciding for the Entangle cancel instead. Which is probably not gonna work out.
He's getting a whiz, but... That's it. 3.
Oh, if there's an entangle now. Ooh, that was a little scary. Doesn't exactly know how many hunters will be out there.
Players' forces are under attack.
No tier 3, just Raider Walker, no counter expansion just yet. Fly needs a solution against this. It's only hunters for now, but that will most likely change as we have the first engine of lore. Dispel is coming, and slow and poison.
Oh, is Moon really forgetting about these wisps that he just lost? In the expansion, it's only 3 right now.
There's one in the north, and one is building a moon well, so you could easily move them over.
Or you just make them. They're not that expensive. I think you just forgot about it. In-wall purchase here is very important. Blade Master gets it, as well as the Scroll of Healing. That was absolutely key.
I mean,
Scroll of Healing for the
he
hunt as
sees
well,
the
though.
Blade Master here, thanks to the owl. There is mana for an entangle, and there's no mana for another Windwalk.
Got the in-wall though, and now the SH is coming in as well. So, SH is not level 3, but he's almost there. Once he gets this, these Serpent Wards are gonna be really, really strong. And I think Moon really shouldn't be fighting here. Why is he going into this engagement before this expansion has paid off? Maybe Fly is finding a nice timing here, as he has the big tech advantage, and Moon will have to retreat. But now, of course, Ensness will be flying in as well, finding more kills. One or more, 2 more Hunter's kills will be level 3 on the SH, and there it is. He's got the level 3 now. He's got the level 2 Serpent Wards, and now they are really, really powerful.
Especially since he has to attack the expansion soon, and at that point Moon can't run away to any position because Fly will bring the fight to the expansion. There's no way back, and they will hit stuff all the time. You can fight around Serpent Wards on open battleground, as we've seen on Ancient Isles. Moon did that perfectly to get out of range and start the fight there or continue the fight there. Not possible on Echo Isles, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. With the expansion, you can force the fight. So, Fly now. What's the play? Attack immediately, creep up something else, wait for upkeep, buy more items. He's got 1 Scroll of Healing, 1 Invul still left, only 1 Raider here, so he doesn't have the most damage to be forcing against the buildings. Oh, really nice move by Moon. He's trying to intercept reinforcements. This is so smart. He realizes he should have the time, and if he's under a lot of pressure, he has the TP. Speaking of which, though, he needed to use this because the Expo is just dead now. Here comes the TP. Is this even in time? I don't think so. He can just right-click this down. This TP was way too late. This expansion is dead 100%. But no TP here from the Orc, so maybe he can find these kills. But this is a sturdy and scary Orc army. Wisp detonates now coming in to be helping a lot as well. Keeper, by the way, rising closer towards level 5. He doesn't have too much mana anymore, though. And these tier 1 Huntresses, yes, they have a few upgrades, but they're not the crazy strongest. Here's the level up for the Keeper, level 5. Is it gonna be Treants? He's trying to take out the Walkers to no longer have to deal with the Dispel. Okay, he may have lost his Expo, but Fly is losing his entire army, and now the Blade Master in trouble. Invul, does he have to use it? Not quite yet. The Scroll of Speed being dispelled. I think he has to go into that Invul, and that he does.
Heavy losses by Fly. He had a speed scroll, as you saw. He could have evacuated a lot earlier, but the position for Moon was quite good. If he catches the Blade Master here, I think there's still the Owl. Okay, it's far away, but Moon is quite fast with his army. Gets another unit here. What was it? Was it a Raider? I haven't seen it really. Yes. Oh yeah, there's an Ensnare, so it must be. If there's a heal scroll and a protection scroll now, Moon's army will be back at least 50% and more protection from 2 additional armor. There is Dispel, but you need the Spirit Link as well. Moon with a level 5 and a 3rd Keeper is pushing for the win.
Thank you very much, Vincent19 with the 10 euros. Greatly appreciated.
You.
Yeah, he has those 2 scrolls, but it's still a pretty fragile army. Like, it's really injured right now.
Would Demolishers be a thing to help against this? Can you protect it well enough against Dryads and Hunters? I mean, on paper, Demolishers with AoE and siege damage are great.
Yeah, on paper they always are. When you open up those little 1v1 calculating tool thingies, they are. But they're always a risk. Are they gonna be protected in the back, or are units just gonna dive on them and are they gonna fall? Because that's their big weakness. They are so fragile, so squishy, and it always feels to me like you're giving your opponent the chance to outplay you. You know, you kind of rely on your opponent to make the mistake of not attacking them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I
when you
think
go for them.
it's good when you are attacked. Like, if the if Moon would not expand but push, then it would be a good solution for Fly to hide them here in the back next to the burrows maybe and let them shoot, because then they're so hard to attack or to get in range with them.
Yeah, I would agree with that, absolutely. When they're protected, when they're... when you can rely on them not to die immediately, they're pretty good. But here in open battle, on open ground, where we have a battle again right now, you cannot necessarily do that. This is a big-ass army that Moon has suddenly created, with illusions as well, scroll protection, excuse me, coming in as well. But there's quite a bit of dispel still left on these walkers, so this is not so easy to fight through here for the Night Elf. He seems to be running into a bit of a meat grinder. Here comes the Scroll of Healing, healing him up decently well again. Units aside could drop low though. The SH has more mana. No Serpent Wards, by the way. He has switched over completely to Heal Wave, as it seems. Both players here taking significant losses. He only now uses the Disenchant. That was pretty damn late. Gets some extra value from it, I guess, with a double Dispel. Both players dropping lower and lower in supply, but in the end it's gonna be Moon having to evacuate. And this is the scary thing when you're playing Dryads and Huntresses. When your opposing heroes become really strong. Look at this blade. Plus 20 damage.
Yep.
Level 4.
Yep.
SH level 4 as well. I think Fly is in the lead now.
We're getting very, very close to a level 6 Keeper of the Grove, though. And then Tranquility for all those squishy units is a great thing to have. Blade Master claims shop control, but does he have the money? Only for an invul soon.
It's a really important scroll, but he has to leave.
Wow, not even the invul.
Ooh, that was absolutely key. Sharp control, guys. Once again coming in. Keeper
Fly
gets
is
the scroll.
expanding. But he sees it immediately. Blade Master has been tangled. There's no Windwalk anymore. Town portal out. That was very expensive.
Town is under siege.
Jesus.
Why?
HP.
Why? I will never understand this.
I know. I know. That's just what they like to do, I guess. Alright, counterattack from Fly in the main. Raiders here making this pretty scary. There is a staff on the Keeper, but no TP. Has to buy that. That's another 350 gold. Pretty expensive. And he's gonna lose real estate in the main. At least one Moonwell. Here comes the TP. No counter TP here, mind you. Not quite in range for the Entangle, though.
Blade Master bought another town portal. That's 700 gold that he loses, while Moon has the expansion and he doesn't. He's trying it again. So that's 1,000 gold and a little more that he couldn't put into his army. So that's why he's at 44 supply without items and the Blade Master entangled and town portal again. While Moon has a 52 supply army, has a heal scroll, has an invul potion, has the expo up. That's turning into a problem now.
Yeah. When I saw this last engagement where Moon TP'd out and I was thinking, hey, it's looking pretty nice for Fly, I forgot about that expansion again, of course. Moon always backing this up, much like Foggy does. With that expo, his army might not be stronger, might not have the better tech, but it's gonna be bigger, most likely.
Another TP.
Forces are under attack.
3 TPs in 2 minutes?
Yep. That's pretty expensive. I wonder why the Wisp down here is not making an Ancient of War. That's such an easy response to this expansion, which we usually see all the time. Instead he's sending Treants, but that's not going to be good enough, I don't think.
Oh, it's only 3. You're kind of right. Treants are good, though.
At the moment. Gonna get nerfed again soon. Pipsqueak 88 supping as well. Thank you very much.
The duration for the Treants is not good enough. Thank you from my side as well, by the way. And the Walker is here for Dispel. That was a waste. Ah, no, double Dispel. Ooh, that was a lot. But experience. He's not getting close to 5.
Town is under
For
siege.
level 3 Serpent Wards or level 3 Critical Strike. So Moon knows that wasn't enough damage, but he can just easily walk over. Opening his base, though, for another counterattack.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a TP here. How far forward is it gonna be? Alright, wants to take out the peon, I guess, and then go back. Loses an Ancient of War that cuts his production down a little. TP again was not too offensive. He's not too greedy with trying to get these entangle kills. Realizes, of course, Hex and Snare. Critical Strike. No, wait, he doesn't even have Hex. But still a little bit dangerous.
Double engine of 1 now, by the way. 1 got killed, so he's building it again. 65 supply, not going into too many Dryads anymore, I guess. Ogre Mauler from the Mercenary Camp. Blade Master this time. No TP anymore, but also no Owl around. So maybe he can steal, but is it worth it? Against this super close to 6.
Oh, there's the dust! Oh, the game sense. That's a sad way to go.
Level 6, Blade Master dead. Not careful enough. Maybe too obvious that the Blade Master hangs around. And of course, the genius of Moon. Just knowing that. And without the Blade Master's damage, with plus 20 that he had, how is he supposed to win this fight? He has to run for the tavern. Does he have the gold? I think so.
I think he has to TP again, doesn't he? 2 grunts here, slowed in the back, entangled as well. Easy kill. Such a big Night Elf army now. Jesus
The
Christ.
double block, though. He didn't had to do it, but he just could. And block 2 units at the same time.
Always trying to snipe this tree. He's got 3 raiders. Might be able to do this. But it's a lot of wisps here as well. I like that he had more than just 5 wisps from the gold mine nearby, but even some on the trees. At least the 1. Alright. He's not gonna get it. And he's gonna lose 1 raider as well. Nice focus fire from Moon. Finding more damage and oh, the casual heal from the ultimate.
Yep. There we go. Everything will be full HP again as Fly is trying to get his expansion up for the 3rd time. Main gold mines, only 1,200 remaining. Blade Master from the altar, by the way. That takes around 2 minutes. And this push is so big. 70 supply. 2-1 upgrades on the Huntress. 2-2 coming. About to be finished. And this is cancelled again.
Yep.
Town is under siege.
Echo Isles from Expo to Expo / from base to base, from main to main I should say. Pretty damn close, so canceling that, not too difficult. And when you have the economy to back it up, you can always go back home to TP to save your base. Fly is in so much trouble right now. Does he have a TP here to get out? He does, again. This has been more TPs from an orc than I've seen in forever, by the way.
Maybe more TPs than in all of 2017 combined. Okay, he's trying it again. Blade Master's coming in for some damage as well. But Moon's army is just overwhelming and he has to TP out once more.
At least he saved all of his units almost. 1 more raider to die. Level 7 keeper.
7 keeper. This ultimate can be spammed, by the way. The cooldown is not too high. And everything is full. And yeah, 4th expansion attempt. But this takes forever. He doesn't have T3. He can't go for the tiny Great Hall.
Another TP from the SH. Yeah. This might be his last one, though. Look at the gold mines. We have only a couple of seconds, half a minute left in the mains. Yeah, this is looking very desperate right now from Fly. I mean, when you get to this stage, what are you really supposed to do?
Does he have pillage?
Oh, Blade Master again. He's revealed. Entangle. Last 6 seconds on hero, it's pretty good. Or is it even 7? I think it's even 7, actually. Oh, there's another one. See you later, buddy.
TP home as well. Can he... Oh, very aggressive, of course. Surround TPs the raider. This is it, Fly. I mean, you're trying very hard. We all see that. You're trying your best. But without income, without a Blade Master, without gold to get him back. Oh, he actually gets him back from the altar.
No, but it's no more TPs for him after this one. One last time he will be able to evacuate. Oh, big donation. Oh my god, from who
else?
Then Nubby Quakes, thank you very much. 100 euros. Remo is back. Hell yeah.
That's your value now, Remo. Thank you very much, Knubby. GG by Fly. And what an ending for a Moon fan like Knubby is. Glad you enjoy this once again. Moon 2, 3 points for him. Fly not getting a single one in this encounter. Moon was just dominant from minute 1.5 of the first map on, never letting go, never struggling. A really, really good performance by Moon.
I guess I wouldn't call it struggling either. But on the second map, there was like some glimmers of hope. It was like, all right, Blake Master's got 3 claws. He's level 4, you know. We took a decent fight here. But Moon certainly in control, yes. With the expansion, with the numbers, with the keeper in the end.
Speaking of numbers, Moon now, 7 games, 15 points, surpassed Infi and Lin. But Lin has one, actually at the same amount of games here. Interesting. But these 3, 1-0, Moon and Lin, they will face each other later today. We continue with an orc mirror of Lin versus Fly. So Lin can get his second spot back if he defeats Fly 2-0 as well. But then the festivities start, as you can see here. Still to come. Lin, Fly, Moon 1-0, Lin 1-0. This is an absolute dream day for Warcraft 3 fans. We go into a little break, and then we're back with the second game of the Super League, Orc Mirror between Lin and Fly. Stay tuned.